At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer. All at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line that we offer Blue Cross Blue Shield, we offer dental, we offer disability, we offer vision, we offer life insurance, cancer insurance. We also have a 401k where we match up to 4%, dollar per dollar up to 4%. We also have automatic trucks at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. If you go to a truck driving school, we'll reimburse you. And don't forget about the $1,000 sign-on bonus. Money! Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We help you save for your future.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance.
A personal touch. A high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Still in Alabama.
Yes, you will.
Good morning and welcome to Today in LA and Bill Jackson Chevrolet's Picks of the Week right here on Troy Cable. And my good friend Jim Jackson is ready to go. I won a couple of, in fact, I think the last 2 years now, you've ended up winning the big supper.
That was probably a lot of luck.
Now, you know, and of course the supper at B. Gray's, did you feed just you and your wife, or did you feed the multitude?
No, I think it was just John and I. It was good, too.
That was quite a meal for that.
It was very good. It was very good.
No question about it. Of course, we'll be picking games into just a few moments right here on our show. And, of course, it sort of crept up on us a little bit, didn't it?
I think I might have, what's today, Thursday? When did I see you, Tuesday?
Exactly.
And I'm like, already?
Yeah. Well,
but we're here.
The tickets were in and to Alabama's games. Of course, you're an avid Alabama fan. Are you going to Orlando this weekend?
I am not. This will be the first opening week I've missed in probably at least 15 years.
That is amazing.
It's been a long time.
Of course, you grew up that way and, grew up in West End, Birmingham. Is that right?
Well, that was my dad. I was actually born in Hueytown and raised mostly in Clay County.
Yeah, and of course, it seems like all the time I'm running into somebody that's from Clay County. I ran into a lady yesterday. She said she's from Clay. I said, Clay Chalkville? And she said, no, Central of Clay.
Oh, okay.
She was from Lineville. And, of course, a lot of folks from Lineville and Ashland in that area. Is that right?
Yeah, that was one of those old rivalries.
And now they have joined those two schools, and boy, what a school it is, man. They're a powerhouse.
Very nice school. Very nice school.
Well, we've got a lot of good games to talk about, and, of course, everybody's still excited about the big weekend here as Troy goes head-to-head with Boise State. I would think some of those folks will start coming to town today, wouldn't you think?
Today's Thursday, probably so for this game, because it'll be their biggest home game of the year by far.
And you would think their team would come out a little early to get used to the humidity.
I'm not sure 24 or 48 hours gives you any help there. I think that's something that takes a while.
No question about it. Of course, Troy finally decided on their quarterback this week, and so they're ready to go. And, of course, their backup quarterback is a good one, too. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch this Troy team as they go up against 22nd ranked Boise, out of Boise, Idaho. And, for some reason, we had those guys have people thinking that they're not country boys. Of course, they're from Montana. And I wouldn't think it was actually cold out there, would you?
Idaho, it's probably a lot colder than it is here, but it won't be cold yet.
I think it was down to 58 degrees the other morning.
Wow.
And but it gets on up.
We can stand a couple of those days.
No question about it. Of course, got a lot of high school games we're going to be talking about. Charles Henderson on the road to Enterprise. Pike County playing host to Alabama Christian. And in a big game, I'm talking about a big game, Arrington travels to Goshen. That'll be a heck of a game.
That will be a good ball game.
For folks that want to see a great high school game, either go to Goshen or Enterprise. Wouldn't you think?
That looks like the two best on here. Looks like Pike Lib is at Freeport, Florida.
Yeah, that's right. And that's where David Felix is located.
Eufaula at Beauregard should be a good football game.
Sure, it should. And, of course, Eufaula turned it over 7 times against Early County, Georgia. I don't think that was considered a regular season game. I don't think.
Wow.
But they didn't play very well in the first game. But you watch.
It's hard to overcome 7 turnovers.
Yeah, and Coach Rigby, he'll have his team playing well. Believe you me, before it's all over. Of course, we're waiting on John Ramage with First National Bank of Troy Brundage, or First National Bank of Brundage Troy. Here comes a call coming in. We'll be taking that in a minute. It could be Mike Amos calling in from Birmingham, and we'll be getting started in just a few moments. Of course, tell us about Chevrolet, and tell us about Buicks and GMC and Cadillacs.
Still got all 4 of them. A lot of trucks, a lot of Tahoes, a lot of Yukons.
You know, something that I know you take pride in is that you handle all General Motors cars. I mean, you get all. I mean, the cars that they make, you get.
I think we're, unless something's changed, I think we're one of only 2 dealers in the state that has all 4 lines.
Yeah. Is that because y'all been in the business so long, or?
Well, it just kind of worked out that way. You know, we had Chevrolet Oldsmobile Cadillac back in '89, I guess, when we came to town.
Yeah.
And then maybe the early to mid 2000s, Oldsmobile went away. I can't remember the last year.
Exactly.
And then we bought Troy Motors.
Exactly right. Good morning. You're on Today in L.A. How you doing?
Hi, morning.
You got a pen?
What's up, Michael?
Michael, right now it's yours truly, your dad, and Jim Jackson. He's ready to go head to head with you again, Mike. He said those steaks sure were good last year.
Is Coach Sadler going to be calling in from the assisted living home in Chattanooga?
I doubt it. I doubt it, but we're going to miss him, no question about it.
Is that where he is in Chattanooga now?
Yeah, he's in Chattanooga at an assisted living facility up there, and that's where his son lives.
Up there? Okay.
And the son lives up there.
Okay.
And
somebody had asked me about him the other day.
That's right. And he's doing well,
It's
and
good to hear.
Everybody's excited about it. About him finding a home and being happy with it, and hopefully we'll hear from him before too long. Of course, you notice that Jim and I are wearing Cardinal. Mike, what are you wearing? You're still in your underwear, probably, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm in a Hanes T-shirt.
Oh, a Hanes T-shirt. Okay, I got you. And of course, he'll be calling in from Birmingham. John Ramage with First National Bank of Brundage Troy will be with us this year, but we haven't heard from him this morning because he's on the road to Orlando, and he'll either have a call in or we'll catch up with him later on in the day. But hopefully he will be on
Who's the bigger Alabama fan, John Ramage or Jim Jackson?
Well, that's the thing. I wanted to get a diehard Alabama guy and a diehard Auburn guy, but it was hard to find one of them that would come up here with us.
I'll get us one before the year's out. I'll get somebody to come.
I think you're a diehard Auburn fan, Dad. You keep on talking about going up there.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to change over. You're right. I'm going to change over. I've got an appointment to see Coach Malzahn. I'm going to go over there and say, Coach Malzahn, I'd like to change over from being an Alabama fan to an Auburn fan.
Yeah, but if you're a convertee, you can't be a diehard.
What can I do? What can I do?
I remember growing up, literally, on Crow Hill, Neil Green DeShera was the biggest Auburn fan ever growing up, and we used to get in fights after games. We'd be so mad, talking about Auburn, Alabama football all through high school, and he went to Alabama and to school and was K, and he changed over that first year, and he's now the biggest Alabama fan ever.
Well, that's right. Well, I'm sure when you get involved like that, you'll, no question about it, change over. But it's going to be a great season. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I got a feeling that Auburn's going to be tough, and it could come down to Auburn, Alabama for the championship this year. And, of course, we're looking forward to that.
I would think it probably would in the West for sure.
Yeah, no question. Now, my sleeper in the East is Florida. I think now they're going to be well coached.
They'll be much improved.
And I sort of like them. Georgia, of course, is going to be, everybody says they're loaded, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, Florida's going to have some players.
Yeah.
And they get a bunch back from suspension, don't they? Didn't they have a group?
They get a few back,
yeah. And something else I'd like to mention, of course, everybody is talking about this Will Greer, with West Virginia. Of course, he got to start with Florida, and they think he's the best quarterback in the country.
Well, they, West Virginia throws it, 40, 45 times a game at least?
Yeah, he's like that.
He's going to have the numbers.
And, and of course, he's got a lot of people I have seen. I want to say Herb Street had West Virginia in his Final Four.
And they were in somebody's. Seems like somebody had Michigan. I kind of like Michigan with Shea Patterson.
Yeah.
I think they're a different football team.
You know who had Michigan is Desmond Howard, who played at Michigan.
Yeah. Well, I kind of agree with him.
Yeah. Well, what we're talking about,
if they can get through Notre Dame this weekend, that's one of the best games on the board.
Yeah, that's the headliner for sure.
I tell you something about Notre Dame. You people can talk about them, but you look at their schedule, Notre Dame's schedule, and it's probably the toughest in the country every year. And I reckon it's because they're not in the conference. They have to. You're right. They
got to go out and play.
No question about it. Of course, this show is brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac on the bypass in Troy. Now, boy, I tell you what, you've got a huge inventory. How many trucks do you reckon you got?
Trucks, probably about 50. I had a lot more than that at one time.
Oh, boy.
And inventory's starting to drop a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have to pave that surface up there before long then.
We've already looked at that, actually. Getting pretty close to...
Well, it's because, ladies and gentlemen, he's got more cars than I think you've ever had. I've been watching you every year, and it seems like more and more cars and trucks.
I probably had more about 3 or 4 months ago than I have in a while.
And something a lot of people...
I assume the busiest day for a car dealership Saturday?
I don't think we had a customer last Saturday. It just depends.
Not during football season.
This Saturday I expect will be extremely slow, especially after about 11 o'clock. Saturdays are just hit and miss. You'll have one Saturday where you'll sell 5, 6, 7, and then you'll have the next Saturday where you might not see but 1 or 2 people.
How does that work at night when y'all close? Do y'all allow cars to drive through there and look at cars?
We do. We don't lock our gates. I've got probably, 14 or 15 video cameras.
Does it ever surprise you how much traffic you get at night? People going in there wanting to look at stuff?
You wouldn't believe it. There's times at 10 o'clock on a Friday night, there'll be 8 or 10 cars in there.
Isn't that amazing?
People out looking.
Because you've got a great selection of used cars and trucks, too. And, a lot of people don't realize, but you can get anybody, any car you want. If that's something you want, you can go on the computer and get it right off the bat, can't you?
And I had, here a couple of weeks ago, I had 100 used vehicles. 100
used vehicles. Well, I tell you what.
I think it was 108.
Did your dad realize what you're doing? Because you got a lot of inventory.
Yeah, we're turning it over pretty good now.
That's right.
So do y'all lease the Troy University coaches and Alabama too?
Yeah,
cars.
I've got a couple at Troy and one at Alabama.
Yeah. Who's driving yours at Alabama?
Jeff Purington.
That's one of the full-time coaches.
That's Saban's right-hand man.
Saban's right-hand man. One of the assistant ADs.
Exactly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get in it. We've got a big selection of games to choose from this week, and I'm going to be doing John's for him, and if he'll call in, we'll talk to him too. But this is a traditional.
You're going to have to be able to do a 3-way call, though. You going to be able to do that?
Well, yeah. We'll do it until as long as they'll call back and we miss them, But of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is a huge weekend for college and high school football, and we're going to have a good time talking about it this morning on our show. Right now, and we talk about, you said you got 50 trucks on the lot. How many Tahoes do you have?
Tahoes and Yukons combined, probably close to 50.
Is the Tahoe still pretty much your biggest seller, or is the?
It just depends on what GM decides to put the rebates on.
That Silverado's a good-looking vehicle.
Silverado and Sierra sell really well. Full-size SUVs have always sold well, especially late in the year.
But your GMC and General Motors, and a lot of people out there saying, "Gosh, which one should I buy? That GMC or that General Motors vehicle?" Well, it's pretty much the same vehicle. It's just got a different body style.
Correct. Right? A little different trim level. The panels on the GMC may be a little more rounded than they are on the Chevrolet, but they're actually built on the same assembly line.
Tahoe is still the big family car, isn't it?
The Tahoe and the Yukon.
A brand new Tahoe, though, lives for a bunch of money, though, doesn't it?
You can get them starting probably around 50 all the way up to about 80.
You got a good payment plan, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, you'll take a trade.
Make it affordable, trade anything.
Yeah.
Make it as easy as you can.
Tahoe is still probably the leading vehicle of its type on the road today.
Oh, I'm
is
sure.
That right?
Yeah, because Chevrolet nationwide sells a lot more than GMC does.
So Bill invites you to come by and see one of his sales staff people. And you got about 20, don't you? How many you got now?
We have 6.
Okay.
We only got 6 officers.
But they're good.
Oh, yeah.
No question about it. Okay, we're going to take a short break. We're going to go ahead and be right back in just a moment.
At the Piggly Wiggly, we proudly support our local farmers and bring you the best they have to offer, all at cost plus 10%. When you shop local, you reinvest in your community. Remember, buy local, shop local. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line that we offer Blue Cross Blue Shield, we offer dental, we offer disability, we offer vision, we offer life insurance, cancer insurance. We also have a 401k where we match up to 4%, dollar per dollar up to 4%. We also have automatic trucks at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. If you go to a truck driving school, we'll reimburse you. And don't forget about the $1,000 sign-on bonus. Money! Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We help you save for your future.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance.
A personal touch. A high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by First National Bank of Troy Brundage. We appreciate John Ramage and all the great folks, and of course Bill Jackson Chevrolet's Picks of the Week right here on our show, and of course we appreciate him very much being our leader again, as always. Gosh, I reckon you've been doing it 10 years. How many years you reckon you've been coming on this show?
Total, I have no idea. I can remember doing the Bud and Casey.
Yeah. That's right.
Yes.
But it was an early morning show.
It was a 6 o'clock show over. When I was doing it, it was over in the old railroad building.
Yeah. Last night we were had all the coaches shows on there. Last night we had Carol of Ozark, we had Charles Henderson, we had Goshen, we had Pike Liberal Arts. We didn't have Elba because they didn't have a game, but they will be on the air. And we got Arrington now on the air, so we're excited about that.
What about Pike County?
Well, Pike County, we don't have Pike County.
So you had Coach McDonald come up from Ozark?
No, they filmed it, and they did a great job there at the school. They got their own little TV station, and they filmed it and did a great job, really did. We took their tape and ran it, and we were very pleased with it. So Carroll High of Ozark will have their highlights.
Did the Arrington game count last week? Did you find out that?
Yeah, it counted. Regular season game.
Who did they play?
They played Dale County. in that game,
Who won?
Dale County beat them. You know, Dale County's a 4A school, and they got those Henderson kids. Henderson ran 2 kickoffs back, and then they scored another 70-yard run. They had 3 big plays that made the difference in that game.
Wow.
I bet you that gave my buddy Chuck Dunn fits. You know, Chuck's their defense coordinator there.
And he was here last night, and we really enjoyed Chuck. All right, let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Charles Henderson of Troy going up against Enterprise, and this should be quite a football game. Played at Wildcat Stadium in Enterprise. I don't know why they don't give it a name, but they just call it Wildcat Stadium. Should be a big crowd, Jim. You would think about going to see this one, wouldn't you?
I would.
Who do you like here?
I didn't see the Charles Henderson game last week. Didn't see a replay. Did Enterprise play?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they beat Dothan.
They beat Dothan.
And they got a quarterback that would hit 19 out of 20 passes. You know who the guy is, Mike? It's the former coach at Goshen's son, now playing quarterback.
Okay. I don't know what coach that is, but
he was that Goshen sharp guy. Jim, I don't know if you remember him or not, but Garner, not Garner. I'll remember.
We'll get it in a minute.
But
I think Charles Henderson will be a much improved team with the penalties and the turnovers, but I think Enterprise is too big a task for them in Enterprise.
Of course, Enterprise is a 7A team.
Correct.
I think they got a lot of folks coming back.
That's stepping up, and that's a big challenge.
And I'm putting my circle around Enterprise.
But they'll definitely know where they stand after this week.
No question about it. Of course, they beat a good Pike County team.
I'm shocked they're opening up against Enterprise, even though Enterprise was really down last year. I know Coach Faulkner and Brad McCoy were at Troy University at the same time and probably known each other for years. But I like Enterprise in this game as well.
Well, it's hard not to take them because, of course, they're at home. And, Charles Henderson's going to have a good football team, but I don't know if they're ready to beat Enterprise or not. Last time they played them, they did, though. They beat them. You remember that big play right at the end where our linebacker shot the gap and nailed that quarterback behind the line of scrimmage? And I remember that game so well. I was trying to think of that young man.
How many years ago was that? Was that when Dean was the coach?
Let's see. I can't tell. It was five, 6 years ago. 5 or 6 years ago. Of course, Charles Henderson. Coach McCoy has beaten Pike County 5 straight times, so he's got his team playing pretty good, and this is going to be a close ball game. But I'm like you, I think I'll take the Enterprise Wildcats in this one. Eufaula and Beauregard. Coach Rigby now, Mike, is at.
You got Michael Sheep.
No, he's filling out. Are you filling out yours, Mike, or you want me to fill yours out?
I'll write it down.
No, I'll do it. I got it.
I mean, I can do it if you
give me that sheet.
Yeah.
You do John's.
Well, all right. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give it.
Is Jim gonna do mine?
Jim. Listen, Jim promises to do it. Without any question. Now.
I think we got a total of 30 games, and I promise you're gonna win at least 10.
I tell you what, man, high school's the toughest thing for me, and it always has been.
Well, especially this time of year, because I didn't listen to any of the scores from the.
That is put my
the first games or jamborees last week.
Yeah, but I'll tell you right now, and of course there's people coming in here now from Boise, and you're on Troy Cable Channel 2, and we're on Facebook across the country, live on Facebook across the country. All Jim's friends that are driving Chevrolet pickups in Beijing. But I will tell you, Beijing does not allow trucks. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. They do not allow trucks. I'm just being facetious, but all across the country, there are folks driving Chevrolet cars and trucks. But
China's one of Jim's biggest markets.
Is it really?
Sure
I didn't realize that. I know. We visited over there.
Well, with the international students.
No, I'm talking about the country. The number of vehicles that GM sells in China.
Exactly right. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Did the Eufaula game count last week?
Yeah, it counted. Hold on, let me see if this is John right here, Mike. Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, Mike, it's Will Matthews. What you up to this morning?
Doing well, Will. We started our show. We got Jim Jackson here, and Mike Amos is on the on the phone. So, what's going on with you? Where are you?
All right, I'm on my way to Atlanta, and I'm on my way to Washington to see my grandbaby.
Well, that's great. I know you're excited.
That'll be fun.
What I'm gonna do this year, I'm gonna give you my 6 best picks against the spread. Now, not
okay,
spread.
we'll take them. We'll take them. When do you want to do it?
All right, right now, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. Aren't you sort of interested in this?
All right. West Virginia against Tennessee, they will blow them to pieces.
West Virginia will blow Tennessee to pieces?
Yes.
West Virginia.
And it'll be way more than 9.
So it's -9. You'll take West Virginia.
-9. That's right.
Okay.
Right.
What's your other one?
Florida Atlantic against Oklahoma.
Hey, listen. You know that old boy can't play. You know that, don't you?
Well, they're getting 23 points, so we're going to take the 23 points in Florida Atlantic.
You're going to take Florida Atlantic plus the 23. I'd take Oklahoma. Go ahead.
Now, all right. Now, I was doubtful, but I've done my research. Troy plus 10 on Saturday.
Oh, I tell you, I think Troy's going to win the football game. All right,
well,
plus
I
10.
did my research on it, and I'm going with Troy.
Okay.
Now, you're not going to like this one, but I love it. Alabama -25.
Minus the 25 against Louisville.
Yes.
We're talking about Petrino now. Is it Petrino or Petrino? Petrino, yeah.
Petrino. All right. The next one is Miami against LSU. They're giving up 2 or 3 points.
Okay,
yeah,
you like Miami?
It was 3.5 yesterday when I looked.
Now, whatever it is, it's Miami.
They play it. This game's played at Miami, isn't it? I mean, at LSU, isn't it?
No, it's out in Texas somewhere.
Yeah,
They're one of these neutral field.
Okay, neutral field. Okay.
I think it's in Houston.
What was that line?
3.5, I think. 3 or 3.5.
Well, I tell you, it'd be hard for me to go against LSU.
I think LSU implodes this year.
Yeah, LSU could be. This could be a disaster.
This could be a long
for
year
them, and which might be good. They get rid of Orgeron and they'll hire that defensive coordinator. That's who they want anyway.
Okay, all right. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. One more.
I got one more.
All right, good.
You may not like this one, but I love it. Virginia Tech plus 7.5 against Florida State.
I sort of like Virginia Tech plus 7.5 against Florida State.
I think Florida State may win, but it's going to be close. I think close.
Yeah.
Now, how many have I given you so far?
You've given us 6.
I got one more.
Okay.
Michigan over Notre Dame.
All right.
And I think this is going to be Michigan's year.
And that's right at a picket now. I looked at it this morning. I think it's gone to a picket.
And then I think the quarterback from Ole Miss is going to be good.
I'm going to take a look at it real quick. I want to say it's a picket. Let's see. Notre Dame, no, it's a 1 point. Right now, Notre Dame's a 1 point favorite, so you get a point.
Yeah. For all practical purposes, it's a...
Well, Will, I think this is great.
Miami plays LSU at Jerry's World.
Yeah. Will, I think this is great. I hope you will do this every week. And
we'll do that every week. I'll give you 5 or 6.
We'll have people begging for your phone number.
Last year I did this, and I think it was like for 3 weeks in a row, I was like 13-2.
Yeah. Okay, Will Matthews has West Virginia give the 9 against Tennessee. You know, where's this game played?
Charlotte.
Charlotte. Okay, it's a neutral field. So, West Virginia's supposed to have a very good team this year, but Tennessee at 9 points, that's a lot of points. What do you think, Jim, on that?
I don't think Tennessee's got any talent. I like West Virginia.
All right, Florida Atlantic and Oklahoma plus 23. Florida Atlantic's coming off a pretty good year, and of course Oklahoma doesn't have the big quarterback anymore. But I hear they've got a great running back coming up through there. Then Troy plus the.
Mike, in that game, the over/under is probably 70.
Let me tell you.
They'll score 100.
It's 71. It's 71.
They'll score 100.
Do you think Florida Atlantic will score that many points?
They'll score 40 at least, and Oklahoma will probably score 60.
Okay. I sort of like the game under, to tell you the truth. All right, Troy plus 10, I think it's a very good one. Alabama minus the 25. They're giving 25 points against Louisville. Boy, against the Petrino team. Okay.
That over-under keeps climbing.
And then Miami it's moved some, I think.
Alabama over-unders moved 2 points overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will tell you another over-under you can watch, and I think it's going to be a cinch. Ole Miss and Texas Tech.
Yeah, I think they'll score 100 too.
They'll score 100. I mean, it'll be lights out. You know.
Ole Miss and Texas Tech. I can't figure out where that game's being played either.
The line's 2. That's the one being played in Houston.
Yeah, been played in Houston. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I was looking.
Over under 67.
67.
And right now Texas Tech's 2.5.
So that's going to be a
score
great
will be
game.
in the 40s. Each team will be in the 40s.
Of course, Miami minus the 3.5 against LSU. Virginia Tech plus 7.5 against Florida State, and Michigan plus 1 against Notre Dame. That game's played at Notre Dame. Is that right, or is that a neutral field, Jim?
Michigan Notre Dame. Let's see. That'll be a night game.
Yeah, should be a good one. And
I think they play at 6:30.
Now, let me tell you, if they got over under 46, I don't know if they'll score that much. I think that game would be pretty low scoring, don't you think?
Which one is that, Mike?
The Notre Dame Michigan game.
Oh, very low scoring. I think very low.
That's a home game for Notre Dame.
Yeah, so that could be a good one. Well, Will, we appreciate you calling us. Of course, Will Matthews has the Matthews Law Firm in Ozark, been in there a long time. You were in court quite a while yesterday, weren't you?
Yeah, and my daughter actually, we had a mediation in Troy, and it wound up at 11:30 at night last night.
Well, I was told that. I went and had dinner at one of my favorite places to eat, and they were telling me that they were still in court. Court was still.
Yes.
What makes that happen? What makes that happen?
Well, they settled the case. Judge Barr, that's retired.
Yeah.
He was the mediator, and they stuck it out and settled the case, which is good.
No question about it. Judge Barr at one time, before you go off, Will, at one time, Judge Barr was the president of the University of Alabama Alumni Association. Did you know?
He was the national president.
Yeah. Okay, back with Mike Amos here. Thanks, Mike, for holding. And we're ready to move. Will gave us some Southern picks, and we're going to watch and see how well he does. If he does well, he could become a pretty popular guy, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Beauregard and Eufaula. I'm taking Beauregard at home to beat Eufaula.
I'll do.
How about you, Mike?
We just lost 10.
Yeah. Okay, well, how about you, Jim?
I'm going to do the same.
All right, you're going to take Beauregard. Of course, Beauregard had a real good team last year, and their running back went to Ole Miss, or where did he go?
I don't know.
Michael
could probably tell you.
Yeah, he keeps up with that stuff. Okay, so right now we got both of us taking Beauregard. Pike Liberal Arts playing at Freeport, Florida. Of course, David Felix is the basketball coach down there. Of course, he's a retired Troy basketball coach. And somehow they told the story last night, Coach Gene Allen needed an extra game, and he just called around, couldn't find him. And he heard that Freeport needed a game, so he called him up, and sure enough, they got a game home and away the next 2 years.
Good deal. You got cut off, Michael. I don't know what happened.
All right, Mike. Hello.
Hey, Mike, it's Will. Did you cut? No. Did you need something else?
No, we were just we were waiting on Mike Amos to come back on, and
he got cut off too.
But we'll make sure you do that every week. That's going to be fun.
I will. We'll keep up with it.
All
right. Thank you, sir.
See you.
And Mike should. I clicked him off, and should be coming on in just a moment. But I tell you, they're a 3A team in the Florida High School Athletics Association. I imagine they've got a lot of athletes. It would really surprise me if Pike beat them. I'm going to take Freeport, Florida. Who do you like?
I don't know anything about them. Who did Pike play last week?
All right, Pike beat Crenshaw Christian 24-7.
Okay.
All right, Mike Amos, you back on?
Yeah, I got cut off somehow.
Okay, I understand.
I'll take Beauregard.
You took Beauregard. And I would think, I don't know.
Pike live at Freeport.
I still have no clue how this game is even being played. I guess a private school in Alabama can play a public school in Florida. So.
And it's Freeport's 3A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't take Freeport. I mean, I think Pike Live's got a good team, but going down and play a public school out of Florida, I would imagine that.
They'd have some athletes, wouldn't you think?
I would think, but that's a weird game.
I'm gonna take
Coach Allen about that. How'd that come about?
Yeah, we talked about it. Both of them needed another game, and it so happened that both of them they called. They're both associations, and they.
So they wound up doing a home and home.
It's a regular season
my
game.
wife and I have a place in Grayton Beach, that we could go to after the game. If we had somebody at Pike Live we want to go see, it'd be nice.
No question about it.
Literally,
right across the bridge.
You can bring your fishing rods and go fishing on the bay before the game.
Yeah, that's right.
I could probably go to the game and just go on to Grayton Beach.
And your buddy, the big Auburn guy, Mike, doesn't he have a restaurant there near Freeport?
The big Auburn guy?
Yeah, he used to have a place at
331. The Red Bar owner, Oliver, owned 331 restaurant that owns the Red Bar. Yeah.
No,
that was right there on the bay.
Oh yeah. They're not far away at all.
Yeah, but he doesn't own 331 now, does he?
Yeah, 331 it's non-existent. That was back in the old days.
Yeah, that place is now actually across the street from that is a place called the Bay, and the guy that owns the Red Bar also owns Louie Louie's.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're big fans.
It's one of those restaurants that I miss dearly. 331 was one of my favorites down there for years and years.
Okay.
But
have you eaten at the Bay yet?
Yeah, I've been in the Bay. Being able to walk to the Red Bar from our house is great. It's pretty nice. We go there.
Where's the Bay located?
It's right there on the.
When you cross the bridge going south, right there
on
the left.
They're open now.
Oh yeah, and it's good.
Not the old.
Not the old 331. It's on the other side of the road.
Okay, I got
building.
Yeah, that's a nice place.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's I'll take you there next time you come down. You and Mom, Dad, we'll go to lunch there.
Okay, a lot of folks are heading that way with a holiday coming up on Monday. But I'll tell you this: I think a lot of people are going to be going to ball games first. All right, everybody took Freeport, Florida. Okay, now John, when he called in, I don't know if he will take Freeport over his beloved Pike Liberal Arts Patriots, but we'll find out. Alabama Christian at Pike County, and this could be a pretty good game, Mike. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Alabama Christian's got a little bit better, but after the showing Pike County had last week, and I don't know if they got any guys dinged up playing Charles Henderson, I like Coach Holland and Pike County.
Did somebody tell me that Pike County had 3 or 4 starters out last week?
I don't know. I didn't know it if it did.
I don't know. I just thought I heard somebody say that.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, I know it. Well, let me just tell you, there's a quarterback at Alabama Christian that's a lot of people are looking at. He's 6'5". He's supposed to be a really good athlete, but I don't think they can go to Pike County and win. I'm going to take Pike County.
Yeah, I took Pike County.
What do you think, Mike?
I like Pike County. I like the speed of Pike County.
Okay. All right, G.W. Long at Dale County. What a football game. And this is, of course, G.W. Long out of Skipperville playing their close rival, Dale County. Dale County was very impressive, but can they beat G.W. Long?
That I don't know. Did G.W. Long play a game last week?
I don't know if they did or not.
Well, G.W. Long,
I want to say they did.
A few years ago, but then they were really down last year. Didn't win too many games.
Yeah, the game's played at Dale County. I'm going to take Dale County.
I'm going to take Dale County because did you say Dale County still had some of those Henderson boys?
Yeah, that's right. Got one of them left, I think. And he ran a couple of kicks back against Arrington, and that was the difference in the game. Here's a good Mike. Who do you like here?
I'll take Dale County too.
Boy, it's hard to go.
Nobody has differed yet.
Yeah, I know it. Okay, Goshen, Arrington at Goshen, and this is a big game. Of course, Stephen Kilcrease is the head coach at Arrington and Chuck Dunn's his defensive coordinator. And, of course, both of them had their shows here last night. And, of course, Bart Snyder.
Did you have to separate them?
No. They're all real good friends. But this is going to be quite a football game. The Purple Cats are much improved since Stephen Gilcrease became the head coach, and then Bart Snyder. Everybody knows his great successes. Went 12-2 last year. As far as manpower, Goshen dresses over 50 players, which, but they did lose a lot of good players. This is going to be a good one. Tell me who you like, Jim.
I'm going to take Arrington. I think, didn't Goshen have 17 seniors or 18 seniors last year?
Right.
Arrington was a young team. I'm going to take Arrington at Goshen.
Yeah. Arrington's a good football team. Who do you like, Mike?
Where's this game being played, I guess, will be the biggest factor for me.
At Goshen.
I'm going to take Goshen at Goshen.
All right. I tell you, it's going to be a heck of a game. I'm going to take Arrington. Arrington's already got a game under them. I'm going to take Arrington, too.
You're looking at my paper.
I'm taking the Purple Cats. But this is going to be a great football game, and it wouldn't surprise
I know the Herring kids back in Arrington at quarterback who was really good last year, and they went to the second round of the playoffs. But
they got a Peavy kid that everybody likes, too, that is really a fine player.
I just think Goshen lost so much senior leadership.
Yeah. But, boy, I tell you, physically, Goshen is a good-looking team. It's going to be a great game. Here's another good game.
I'm looking at Freeport, Florida schedule, who played Liberal Arts played tonight. So they started on, and they played, South Walton in the Kickoff Classic.
Yeah.
And then they played Vernon. These are all places you go through going to the beach.
Sure.
And they played Pike Liberal Arts, Holmes County, Walton, Graceville, Snook Christian Academy, Chipley, Bozeman, Jay, Florida, which is right on the Bruton line. And then Northview. I don't know if that's Northview out of Dauphin or not.
I think that's Northview, Florida, I think.
Okay, so that's who their schedule is.
I tell you, they could be. You're right. Pike Liberal could be stepping out of their league a little bit here. So I think Freeport. That's going to be quite a chore. I tell you what, if they can beat Freeport, they can win the state championship. I think.
Maybe we should call David Felix. He would know if they have any answers.
Yeah. If I know David, I bet he's not coaching football. I bet all he does is coach basketball.
No doubt. He's coaching basketball, going to his beach house every day.
All right, Brantley at New Brockton. And, of course, Brantley's always going to be tough, and they've got another good team. I'll take the Brantley Bulldogs. Who do you like, Jim?
I like Brantley.
Mike Amos?
Against New Brockton?
Yeah. They're playing this game at New Brockton.
And it's Roland Jones he's the new head coach at Brantley.
Yeah.
I'll take New Brockton.
Okay, New Brockton. All right. Okay. Mike takes New Brockton. Okay, Zion Chapel at Red Level, and of course, Coach Randy Bryant got his team going last week. They lost, but I watched a little of that film. They got a pretty good team. I don't know if they can go to Red Level and win, though. I'm going to take Red Level.
I'm going to take Red Level.
Jim takes Red Level. How about you, Mike?
I'm going to take Red Level, too.
Okay. All right, Jim is taking. All right, here's a big one. The Elba Tigers, under their new head coach, Pate
Harrison.
What now?
Harrison.
Oh, yeah, Pate Harrison. And, of course, Pate is originally from New Brockton himself. But Elba at Opp, what a game.
Yes, and I heard you say something a minute ago about Coach Rigby. I assume he's moved on?
Yeah, he left Elba, and he's
head
head
coach
coach at Eufaula.
I did not know that.
And they turned the ball over 7 times last week. I know he just...
I bet they had a long week of practice.
Oh, I bet they did. And I think he'll win at Eufaula, but I don't know if he can go beat Beauregard this soon. What do you think?
No. Have Elba and Opp already played?
No. They play this week.
I mean, did they play last week?
Oh,
they had Jamborees, I think.
They had Jamborees, yeah. But these are regular season games for both of them. Their first game of the year. I tell you, it's going to be hard to be able to go 2
I'm going to take Opp.
I'm going to take the Bobcats.
What is Opp? 3A?
3 or 4? Yeah, I think they're 3A.
Yeah, I'll take Opp. I think Pate's going to have a really good team down there. I still can't believe Elba's 1A.
But you're right. Pate Pate's going to take some skillful kids and make them real hard-nosed. He's a hard-nosed football coach. We're going to take a short break. Of course, this show is brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet on the bypass right here in Troy, where you can find a great selection of Chevrolet cars and trucks, Buicks, GMCs, and Cadillacs on the lot right here in Troy, Alabama. We'll be back.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance.
Troy Cable Security makes it easy to stay aware and stay in control of your home wherever you are. User-friendly interface allows easy navigation for lights, locks thermostat, video, and garage doors. Never worry about leaving your garage door open or the front door unlocked. Your mobile app can send alerts to your phone for alarm and no alarm events. Know when your children arrive home from school with video response. Make sure your home is powered by Troy Cable Security for ultimate access, awareness, and protection.
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
You get 4 games to play them, bro.
We're back.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet on the bypass right here in Troy. And, of course, Jim Jackson's with us. Mike Amos calling in from Birmingham. John Ramage will be getting in touch with us whenever he can. He's heading down toward Orlando for the game. We were talking, you normally go to these games, and the tickets are not moving as fast.
you can buy some.
I mean, if you went down there, you probably could buy tickets, don't you think?
Oh, if you go down there, you can buy a ticket for $25.
Yeah,
I would think maybe less.
I mean,
than
don't
that.
you think there'll be a huge walk-up crowd there?
Probably for some Alabama people down there, but I think that there's still some tickets for sale from the ticket office.
Yeah,
not Alabama,
but
probably at the stadium.
And you know what? 6-hour drive to Orlando.
Basically 7.
Of course, but if Troy wasn't playing, this week, I would jump all over going down there for that. That'd been a lot of fun. 3 days.
Yeah, I love it when it's in New Orleans. If if it was there, I'd be going just to be able to go to New Orleans. Mike would be going on a day trip if it was in Atlanta.
You've been in Atlanta. It's just like that hotel in Atlanta is another home for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I've stayed in
Do they tear it down though? They tear your hotel down? In Atlanta?
No.
What are you talking about the Omni Hotel?
Yeah, the Omni still open?
No, it's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Embassy. I started actually staying at the Hilton Garden Inn just down from Embassy Suites.
Yeah.
Hilton Garden Inns are nice.
But the Georgia Dome is definitely gone now completely. Is that right?
Yes.
Wasn't that something to tear down a facility like that?
And that's going to be, I think may already be a tailgate terrace or something like that.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get going now, ladies and gentlemen, with our college picks of the week. And Appalachian State at Penn State. Now, they better be a little concerned. A pretty good App State team, but Penn State has got one of the best quarterbacks in the country. They're a big-time offensive team. In fact, I don't know if it'll hurt them or not, but they lost their offensive coordinator. He's the new head coach at Mississippi State. Who do you like here, Mike?
I mean, I think Appalachian State's going to be good in the Sun Belt, but I think Penn State at home.
Yeah, I like Penn State.
Yeah.
There's a reason they're 24-point favorite.
maybe that was the reason I was looking at it. App State might play them tough. I don't know. Texas at Maryland, and there's a feud going here. Is that right? Is this where?
Well, no. I mean, Maryland's got off the field issues. Their coach has been suspended. For the player that passed away.
Great player died on the field.
That's right. Yes, I remember that.
And then Tom Herman's been involved in all this Ohio State stuff going on, but. Last year Maryland went to Texas and won by 2 touchdowns.
That might be it right there.
But I'll take Texas to get revenge this year.
I like Texas. There's been on that subject. There's been a couple of events like this, I guess, and I wouldn't. I'm talking about the Urban Meyer situation. Yeah. I wouldn't call this a cover-up. I mean, because there's so many things thrown at you in a day as a head coach.
Oh yeah.
You try to deal with it and move on, and then 3 or 4 years later, when somebody starts questioning you about something 3 or 4 years ago, and then you go back to even further than that, going back to Florida. At some point in time, and this may be the one, it hadn't gone away yet, but at some point in time, when they get into one of these, they're going to keep digging. And they're, I think in this instance they can go back as far as they want to with Urban Meyer. Yeah. There was always word that he took care of who was the receiver that got put in jail for murder, and
Aaron Hernandez.
There was always word that he covered for Aaron Hernandez at Florida.
Yeah.
And then you see what kind of guy he turned out to be.
I know it.
Well, he can't cover for Aaron Hernandez every night by himself.
That's right.
So he's got to have help doing that. Mm-hmm. And if that's the case, and then you got, what's the guy's name, Zach Smith?
Yeah.
Who was at Florida? Yeah. Was he involved in any of that stuff? Yeah. And then, now everybody knows what kind of person Hernandez was. These guys get paid to win football games. Yeah. That's their main job. If they don't win football games at the schools they're at, they get fired. They get a lot of money,
and
but they get
Zach
fired.
Smith, ladies and gentlemen, was not a player. He was a coach that, we got in some trouble.
To be honest, the reason he didn't lose his job is he's 73-8 at Ohio State.
No doubt. Yeah. But my point, Mike, was that, it's already gone back to Florida. Now they're tying it in a little bit to some people at Texas. If they want to keep digging, they can probably bring in 8 or 10 schools into this of where some of Meyer's past coaches are, and find events that went on at every single one of them.
No question.
And make it a huge story. So at some point in time, they've got to drop it and move on.
Yeah. All right, who do you like, Texas?
I like Texas.
All right, everybody likes Texas. Notre Dame at Michigan, and this game, ladies and gentlemen, could be a huge game on whether or not one of these teams would be end up in the Final Four and play for a national championship. Michigan's defense is the talk of the town. They claim Michigan's defense is better than Alabama's. I just can't see their defense being better than Alabama's. What do you think, Mike?
Well, South Carolina came back in the bowl game and beat them last year, beat Michigan and Jim Harbaugh. But they say this is the year. Of course, they got the quarterback transfer in from Ole Miss. I'm going to take Michigan close in this game.
And a lot of people think they were just a quarterback away from having a great team. Who do you like here, Jim?
I had already circled Michigan before Michael made his pick.
Boy, I tell you what, Notre Dame at Michigan. We're not giving it. I'm going to take.
No, actually, that is incorrect. This is at Notre Dame now.
Oh, okay. Now
this is at Notre Dame, and Notre Dame is a 1-point favorite.
So I apologize there. So
make sure that's still right.
So that makes a big difference right there. Gosh, it makes a big difference.
This game came out as Michigan 1.5. It went to Michigan 2.5. Now it's down to Notre Dame 1.5, and the total's 46.5.
All right, let me tell you this. I'm going with Notre Dame. It's the luck of the Irish. They're so lucky, and I'm going to take Notre Dame to win the game at home. If it had been at Michigan, I would have gone with Michigan. All right, here's a game that surprises me, Mike. La Tech at South Alabama. This is a big test for our good friend as he starts his first game of his.
You got Steve Campbell, the new head coach, took over for Joe Jones. Of course, he played on the national championship team at Troy, and then he brought Kenny Eddingfield, who was Troy's offensive coordinator, to South as well. So we know a lot of people on that staff. But I'm going to take Louisiana Tech.
I'm going to have to go with Louisiana Tech because thinking that South Alabama won't be ready. But it wouldn't surprise me because this guy's a great coach. He's won a couple of national championships along the way. He's a running type coach. You know, it's a lot of option here, but I'm taking La Tech because of your buddy's son.
Skip Holtz.
Yeah, you know, he's
Skip
looking
Holtz.
at his computer too now.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Louisiana Tech. I was just looking for the line on that game.
Yeah, La Tech was 10.
Louisiana Tech's still 10.
Yeah. You know, it'll end up being a pretty
I
close game.
will say La Tech came to UAB last year, and you know UAB had just started their program over again, and UAB beat them in Birmingham. So you never know.
And here's another good game.
All right, Middle Tennessee State playing at Vanderbilt. Now, Mike went on out early in the week and said he loves Middle Tennessee. What is your feeling now, Mike?
I still like him. I really think Mason, I mean, he's done about as much as he can do. I don't think he's the coach for Vandy. Of course, it was hard to take over for what Franklin did. You know, Franklin won 9 games 2 years in a row, which is unheard of. But I like Middle to beat Vandy.
Yeah, I think it's too good to be true. I'm going to take Vanderbilt. I'm going to take Vandy. Vanderbilt still got the quarterback, and they still got that little running back.
Schumer's still there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take Vandy with the quarterback at home.
But now the coach's son is at Middle Tennessee, and he's pretty good, isn't he, Mike?
Yeah, and I also like Tony Franklin as offensive coordinator, too.
Tony Franklin, yes, sir. BYU at Arizona. Of course, I had to put this one in here to let everybody have to do some figuring. They say that this quarterback at Arizona is one of the best in the country, Mike. Are you familiar with him?
Yeah, Khalil Tate.
Yeah. Well, what's the background on him, on Tate, the quarterback at?
He's just a great runner and thrower. But I mean, you know, Kevin Sumlin, you know, got fired from Texas A&M and got this job. A lot of people don't realize Neil Brown was a candidate for the Arizona job.
Sure was. He went out and interviewed, I think.
Oh, he went out and interviewed and was one of the top 2 or 3 choices. So luckily Troy got Neil to come back another year. But I'm going to take Arizona.
And BYU, I don't know what the deal is, Jim, but they just don't score much. They
don't. They just can't get over the hump. Of course, their coach stands on the sidelines at, where is it, Virginia now?
Yeah, Bronco Mendenhall.
Yes. And I think that was a big key, but I like Arizona in this game.
Yeah. I'm going to take Arizona, too. Mike, who do you like?
I took Arizona. Hey, I'm going to call y'all right back. I got to get some babies.
Okay, I understand.
Real quick.
Okay. Central Michigan at Kentucky. And I was reading about this running back at Kentucky. Have you read much on him?
I have not.
A lot of people think this running back at Kentucky is going to be the best running back in the SEC this year. And another thing, they say Kentucky physically looks as good as any team in the conference. So the weight programs, you know, he has done what he needed to do. He's gotten the big guys in there, big and strong. Kentucky might have turned the corner a little bit. What are you thinking?
They must like them. They're a 17-point favorite
against Central Michigan.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to take Kentucky.
I'm going to take the Cats too. Of course, you know, once you start comparing these things, of course, you know, the coach at Kentucky comes from one of the best football families in the country.
Oh yeah.
And he has a good team in Kentucky, so we'll wait on. We'll get Michael's pick in just a moment. North Carolina at California.
So I was looking for the line on this game.
And that's a long way for those boys in blue to travel to.
At Cal, so that'd probably have to be a late game.
Yeah, that's right. It might be an actual.
Cal's a 7-point favorite.
It could have.
3 o'clock.
I want to make sure that this is not a Monday game or a Sunday game. We're gonna have a couple of those.
No, it's not. It's 3 o'clock Saturday.
Okay, that's a good deal. All right, here we go. And the 7 o'clock kickoff out west. Is that right?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Okay. Let's move on. We took Kentucky, but what do you think about Cal?
I like Cal.
I'm going to take Cal, too. I'm going to take Cal. So, all right, we're going to move on to Tennessee at West Virginia. And what is your feeling here?
I like West Virginia big.
Of course, a
lot of people are picking them in the Final Four, and I think they'll try to show out.
Yeah, I like West Virginia too, and of course their quarterback, former Florida quarterback, what's his name?
Greer.
Will Greer. A lot of people think he's the best quarterback in the nation. And what if, just think back a little bit, what if the new coach had Will Greer? No telling how good they might be, because he's a pretty good coach.
No doubt.
And Florida could have been really something if he had stayed at Florida. Okay, we're going to move on. You and I both took West Virginia. We'll find out from Mike what he likes in a few moments. Ole Miss is it Ole Miss at Texas Tech or Texas Tech at Ole Miss, or is it neutral?
This is the game that's in Houston.
All right, played in Houston. Glad to find that out because that makes a big difference. What's your feeling here?
I think both these teams will score a good bit. I just think Ole Miss is so far down on defense.
Yeah.
That I don't think they'll be able to. If the defense is going to come up with one or two stops that make the difference in the game, I think it'll be Texas Tech's defense. I like Texas Tech to win.
So Texas Tech, believe it or not, has a little defense, don't they?
They got more than Ole Miss. I don't know if they got any defense, but they got more than Ole Miss.
Well, this is going to be tough, but I'm got the same feeling you've got. But I'm going to take Ole Miss.
Ole Miss is going to score now with the quarterback.
And I think they might surprise some people. Of course, Luke, he just got a hand-me-down job. And, of course, he's a former – he works. It's no question that he is a big name at Ole Miss. Everybody liked him as a player and all that, and as a defensive coach. And then he happened to be in the right place at the right time. And the Ole Miss athletic director or their committee just said, "Hey, let's give him a chance."
Well, I'm not sure they had a choice. Their recruiting was down a couple of years, and then they lost all the scholarships. I don't think they've signed, other than A.J. Brown, and I can't remember when they signed him. They may have the best wide receiver.
Yeah.
He is. They may have one of the best wide receiving corps in the country.
Now, who is this?
Still got to stop somebody.
This quarterback, is he a Hawaiian guy?
He's another JUCO guy, I think, that came in behind Patterson.
Yeah.
And then when Patterson got hurt, I'm not sure that he thought he was going to get beat out this year. I think he just saw the writing on the wall and wanted to play for a winner and took the opportunity to go to Michigan. And he could be a big difference maker at Michigan, too.
No question about it. Mike Amos.
But I like Texas Tech.
Yeah. Gonna be a good game though, and I want to say this is a night game. Is that? Do you know?
I can tell you in just a minute.
Mike Amos. All right, Mike.
He's back. Baby's fed.
Okay, La Tech.
No, I already took La Tech.
All right, Vanderbilt, MTSU.
Yeah, I took Milton there.
All right, BYU, Arizona.
He's chosen all the way through Kentucky.
All right, Central Michigan against Kentucky.
I'll take Kentucky, but I think that'll be a close game.
Well, everybody likes this running back at Kentucky.
Yeah, the line shocked me. The line's 17.
Yeah. North Carolina at Cal, Mike. Who do you like?
Man, Fedora's really got turned around at North Carolina. They had a rough year last year. That's a long way to go. Cal was pretty decent last year in games. I'll take Cal.
Okay, Tennessee at West Virginia. A lot of folks.
This game's in Charlotte.
Yeah, it's actually in Charlotte.
That makes it a little different.
I'll take West Virginia. I actually like West Virginia to win by a couple touchdowns, so I'm going to take West Virginia.
Okay, Ole Miss at Texas Tech, Mike.
Well, this game's, I think, in Houston.
The game's been played in Houston.
I'm going to take Ole Miss.
So I'm the only one that took Texas Tech.
Okay, all right, Coastal Carolina.
I tell you what, the scoreboard's going to get a workout in that game. You're looking at probably like 50, 56 to 52 or something.
Yeah, okay. You think what is over under?
68, last time I looked.
67 now, 67, so you're right. Coastal Carolina at South Carolina. I don't think Coastal's ready to play South Carolina. I'll take South Carolina.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, I really like what Muschamp has done. Of course, he had one good season at Florida, but has really done well at South Carolina and won 9 games. And the Bentley kid's a good quarterback, and I mean, I like South Carolina this year.
Yeah,
I'll take them. They're 29.5-point favorite.
I was watching a program with him and the Georgia coach. They look like and act like brothers. They are so much alike to me. It's pitiful. Have you ever noticed that?
Who's that?
You know, the head coach at
Kirby Smart and Muschamp.
They look like they would be brothers. You know, they're so much alike. And they coach a lot alike. You know, both of them are hands-on type coaches. You know, and I like watching them. Those are two good coaches. Okay, Georgiana. This is a high school game. I like to lift it off. And this is going to be a great game. Georgiana at Luverne. Georgiana is loaded, and they have been very good for the last 3 or 4 years. It's going to be hard for me to go against Georgiana. I'm taking Georgiana.
Man, I'm taking Luverne. Luverne really finished out the year.
Oh yeah, very well coached.
Really good last year. Coach Rawls does a good job there. I'm going to take Luverne.
All right, who do you like, Jim?
I'll take Luverne, the home team.
That's going to be a heck of a game. I don't know who lit the fire down in Georgiana, but boy, they're good, no question. Here's a good one right here. To me, this is one of those shoot in here. One of us got to have some relief games, Jim. Miami, all right, is this game being played at LSU or where is this game being played?
Arlington, Texas, in Jerry's World.
All right, Jerry World. All right, so it's on a neutral field. You know, everybody talks about Miami this, Miami that. It's hard for me to go against LSU, the SEC team, and they're playing not too far away. I'm taking LSU.
I'm taking Miami. And I think this is a huge game for LSU. I think if they lose this game, it could start a serious downhill slide, and they could be looking at a 7-5, 6-6 season.
Exactly. But boy, what a game this is going to be. It could be the best ball game out there. It's going to be good.
This game is going to be what, Sunday night?
Yes, this is the Sunday night.
Oh man, prime time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Miami too. I just don't believe in Orgeron as a head coach. I really don't. I'll take Miami, and Miami was had a chance at the playoffs last year and kind of faltered late, but I think they got a lot of guys back, and Rick knows how to bring in the talent down there in Miami, and I'm gonna take Miami.
Yeah, and he don't have to go far to get talent either.
Like I said yesterday on this show, ladies and gentlemen, when you expect LSU to do something, they don't do it. But when you don't expect them to do something, they do it. They are hard to figure. And like you said,
Troy beat them last year, and then the next week they went to the Swamp to beat Florida. So.
I know, but what I'm saying is, too, you're exactly right. His job is on the line.
Y'all talk about schedules. LSU opens up with number 8 Miami. In week 3, they go to number 9 Auburn. In week 6, they go to Florida.
Yeah.
In week 7, they host number 3 Georgia. In week 8, they host number 18 Mississippi State. In week 9, they host number 1 Alabama. And then the last week of the season, they go to Texas A&M, who will be a much improved team.
Oh yeah, much improved.
So they could play. The lowest ranked team. If you exclude Texas A&M, the lowest ranked team of those other 6 is number 18 Mississippi State. They play 6 of the top 18 teams in the country.
It is tough. Oh, man.
Yeah, they got Ole Miss.
Just go ahead and move.
Yeah, they still got.
Go ahead and order the moving van.
That don't include Ole Miss and Arkansas and Texas A&M.
Yeah, Alabama brings in Missouri from the east, and LSU gets Georgia.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
I'll be honest with you. Everybody up here in Birmingham, all the sports shows up here, everybody's picking up 6-6, 7-5, but he won't keep his job if he goes 6-6, 7-5.
All right, well,
I don't think he'll make it through the year this year.
I've also said this, not to be funny or cute, but if the Lord cared who won football games, Miami would win every one of them. Wouldn't you think, with Rick as a coach? He is a devout guy.
Rick's a great guy.
No question about it. He's the kind of guy everybody roots for. All right. Did you take Miami?
You know what Rick does that's unique as far as any coach in the country is his wife's on the sidelines giving water to the players.
Oh, is she?
She's on the sidelines every game.
he's one of the guys that got fired that probably ended up better off than at Georgia. He had so much pressure at Georgia. He doesn't have near that kind of pressure at Miami.
Correct.
Don't you agree?
Correct.
And he's sitting down there living in paradise. I'm sure he smiled all the way to the bank, no question.
You know, when I went to that convention up in Memphis, and Jim Kelly was the speaker.
Yeah.
And you know, he was doing trivia questions, and if you answered a trivia question, you would get a signed Jim Kelly autographed football, and he would throw it to you out in the crowd.
Yeah.
And that was my answer is who is my backup quarterback at Miami that's now a head coach in college football, and I answered Mark Rick at Miami.
That's right.
And he threw me a pass about 25 yards.
And you caught it, I hope.
I caught it, yeah. If I dropped it, I was going to have to give $100 to charity, and then everybody on my team was going to have to give $100 to charity.
That was the most pressure catch you ever caught.
So you took Miami, Michael?
Yeah, I took Miami.
All right, Virginia Tech at Florida State, and Mike, the guru himself, Will Matthews, picked Virginia Tech to and the points against Florida State, or took.
Yeah, I like Virginia Tech in the points. I think it's going to be a really close game, but I like Florida State at home. Willie Taggart's first game. I think Francois is a good quarterback.
I agree with you. I think Florida State will win the game. What do you think, Jim?
I like Florida State.
And you know that game.
They got a running back that originally, I think, signed with Alabama, but then ended up going to Florida State. That Cam Akers, he's the real deal.
Yeah, he came out. He was actually rated above Najee Harris in the final rankings.
Is he at Florida State?
He is.
And you know something a lot of people have a hard time with. You can drive to Tallahassee as quick as you can drive to Tuscaloosa.
Well, wasn't he from Mississippi somewhere, Michael?
Yeah, he was.
Okay, here's a game that got is a little intriguing. Colorado at Colorado State, and Colorado State.
That game will be played Friday night.
Oh, they will. Okay, yeah, Friday night.
Okay.
But let me just say this: Colorado State was a 17-point favorite and lost to Hawaii. Colorado's a good football team. I'm taking Colorado to beat Colorado State. Who do you like?
I like Colorado.
Mike, who do you like?
I'll take Colorado as well.
All right, here's a good one right here. Navy going to Hawaii to play, and Hawaii went to Colorado State and just wore them out. They got a quarterback that evidently Hawaii is the place to go if you want to be a star quarterback.
Evidently, yeah, go there or come from there.
And Mike, this guy just riddled a good Colorado State team. Now they play Navy at Hawaii, and of course you know what's going to happen. Navy's going to get the football and just won't give him back.
No, they're not going to give him the ball.
Yeah, they won't even give him the ball. They'll shut him down and he'll get jittery and upset like everybody else does when they play Navy, because Navy's not going to give him the ball back. They're going to keep it 7, 10, 12, 15 plays a series. But I still having a hard time thinking that Navy can beat them. I'm going to take Hawaii in the upset.
Oh, man, I can't believe you're doing that.
I'll take Navy. That's what winners are made of. That's what winners are made of. This guy's a guru, Mike. This quarterback. Every time they get it, they're going to score.
I don't know if Colorado State.
When is the last time you saw Navy having such a great defense?
Never.
When they came here a few years ago, Troy scored 46 points on them.
Well, people in Vegas like Hawaii because the number started at 14. It's down to 10.
You mean? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So they're 10. Navy's a 10-point favorite.
All right. Who do you like, Jim?
Navy.
Navy. Okay, Mike. You like
now,
Navy?
Dad, if you want to watch this game, it'll be on the CBS cable network. I don't know if Troy Cable has that or not, but it'll be live at 10 p.m. on Saturday night.
Oh boy, that's something.
So when it's all said and done, and Troy, either loses or beats Boise, you can come home and watch that.
Okay. All right, Army and Duke. And everybody says, what are you doing with that game up there? Well, that's a game, one of those shoot-in games. Just shoot in here because one of us got to have some relief.
And there's too many games this weekend. A lot of them I can't even find lines for.
It's another Friday night game. It's on ESPNU. Duke's a 13.5-point favorite at Duke.
Gosh, Army was real good last year, weren't they, Jim? Weren't they pretty good?
They won 10 games.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Army on that. Well, no, we want to know who's going to win the game, though, don't we? I'm going to take Duke to win the game.
I got Duke.
Who do you like?
I'll take Duke. Coach Cutcliffe's a good coach.
But, and of course, Army could keep the ball away from them, too. Northwestern at Purdue, and this is a game on Thursday night, Mike, that you liked coming in.
This is a game tonight.
Oh, it's being played tonight, and they're playing at Purdue. Of course, Purdue coach was an outstanding. He learned a lot of his coaching under Petrino. Is that right?
Yeah, Jeff Brom. He had a really good did a really good job coaching in Western Kentucky. He had some good teams there, and this is a game that you don't really see very much, a conference game, Purdue against Northwestern, and Patrick Fitzgerald's done a great job at Northwestern.
Oh, yeah,
he won
no
10
question.
games last year, and I'm gonna take Northwestern to beat Purdue.
All right, Jim.
I'm going to take Purdue just because they're at home.
We are. Let me.
It's an extremely tough game to pick.
Yes, it is.
I went to Purdue not too long ago and saw that stadium, big stadium. I mean, beautiful campus. It said, "We are Purdue," and I'm gonna say we are Purdue, and I'm gonna take Purdue to beat Northwestern as good as Northwestern is. You took Northwestern, Jim. Is that right?
I took Purdue.
Okay.
Michael took Northwestern.
All right. Okay. Washington at Auburn, and ladies and
This
gentlemen,
game's in Atlanta.
played in Atlanta, 2:30 kickoff. Is that right?
It is.
Even though,
And it is ABC.
Yeah. Of course, the Wise boys have already cranked up the bus, and they're heading up there as we speak. And they're going to go to a baseball game Friday night.
That's right. Lyle was asking me about that.
And then they're going to go to the game, of course, on Saturday.
It's a good time to watch the Braves. They're still leading the East in the playoff race.
This is a game that really messes my mind up because how in the world are I'm just afraid to go against Auburn. Auburn is one of the luckiest teams in football. I mean, they're good to begin with, but they're also lucky. I cannot see Washington coming across this country to play a bunch of guys that were raised on corn and good peas and tomatoes. I'm going to take the Auburn Tigers. What do you think?
This is a tough game to pick. Washington, a lot of people have Washington picked to have the best defense in the country.
That's what I've heard.
Pretty close to Michigan. Their defensive backs are supposed to be the best collection in the country. And Auburn's question mark on the offensive side of the ball is up front, their offensive line. So that is not a good matchup for Auburn. Jake Browning, I guess, is the same guy that was there when Alabama played him 2 years ago, isn't he?
That's right.
Yeah, he was running for his life.
He had a great year in 16 and then did not do much in 17.
But I still think, big football games are won up front. And Washington has the edge when it's Auburn's offense versus Washington's defense, but I think Auburn's got the edge when their defense is on the field. I'm going to take Auburn, just closer to, but I think it's going to be a good football game. Washington's ranked number 6, Auburn's ranked number 9. It's the only matchup, I guess, of top 10 teams this week.
All right, I've got Auburn 34, Washington 31.
Whoa, you think that many points? Is that good a defense?
Yeah, well, listen, it'll end up being a shootout.
Well, Jim, you did the right thing since your wife's an Auburn grad. I'll take Auburn, and I don't think this is going to be as close as people think. I see Auburn winning by at least 10 points. I really think Stidham is just that much of a difference maker. I mean, if he has time to throw, which Auburn's replacing some offensive linemen, and those receivers they had last year, I mean, after what I saw them do against Alabama, of course, Alabama had a lot of injuries going into that game, and if Alabama would have played too, I think Alabama would have won the game too. But, it's one of those things where I think Browning will be running for his life to the point where, I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up getting hurt in the game. That's how physical I think Auburn is on defense, and I think when it's all said and done, Auburn win the game probably around 24 to maybe 13, something like that.
34-31. Jim, what was your score?
27-17.
All right, 27-17. I'll tell you the way I look at the Auburn game. if Auburn's able, and Jim, I think you and I talked about this, if Auburn is able to establish a running game to go with their passing attack, I think if Washington makes Auburn one-dimensional, they got a chance to win. But if Auburn's able to be balanced, I don't see Washington.
That's the question, Mark. Is Auburn? Can Auburn up front establish and be able to consistently run the football?
That's right.
If they can't, then they're in trouble.
Exactly.
And that is still
they
a
got
big
two
question.
All-American corners, and evidently got a good rush.
Well, a lot of people forget too. Washington's got a running back that's already rushed for 1,000 yards 3 years in a row.
Miles Gaskin.
Yeah, and a lot of people think that the quarterback at Washington's the best in the country, and a lot of people think that the running back's the best in the country. So you're right.
And it wouldn't surprise me if Washington won this football game.
Don't get me wrong. I think Chris Peterson's a better coach than Gus Malzahn. I think if Chris Peterson has this long to get ready for anybody, I think he's going to give him a good test. But I just think man to man, Auburn is just got superior players.
And one thing about Malzahn, his whole career at Auburn, he's always gotten a slow start. But I just feel like this Auburn team might be sort of special. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, here we go. Alabama and Louisville. And nobody gives Louisville any respect whatsoever. They're the Rodney Dangerfield of college football. People think that they're going to get killed. We're talking about one of the best offensive coaches in America in Petrino. Wouldn't you say?
Very well.
At one time.
Okay, but he used to give Auburn fits. You remember that? Auburn had a real hard time with him. I mean, he can still coach, but all I can say is he can slow Alabama down. But I've got Alabama winning the game, 38 to 14.
I got Alabama 41-20.
You would push on the line.
What now?
The line's 24.
Okay. I've got them.
I got Alabama 41-20, and I really think Louisville will cover.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your opinion? I mean, as far as Alabama, I mean, you think if Hurts starts, I mean, that's what I was telling somebody the other day. I think if Hurts starts and he plays 3 or 4 different series, I think he'll probably lead Alabama to field goals instead of touchdowns. And then I think when Tua comes in, he'll just light them up. And Alabama, I think the score is going to probably be around 45. And I think the defense will give us some points. I'll say 45-20. I think Alabama barely covers.
And I wrote it 41-20. The question to me is...
Everybody's saying Herbstreit. Did you hear Herbstreit the other day, Jim? Herbstreit was on Feinbaum saying the other day that he thinks Alabama's going to average 45 to 52 points a game.
He said...
And this is the best offense they've had since Saban's been there.
Yeah, he said it could be one of the best offenses ever in college football.
Really?
Well, they're loaded at running back.
Yeah.
They're loaded at wide receiver. Their offensive line's all coming back. The quarterback, they have the ability. I mean, they got the top players in the country at every single position. I just don't know. And we'll know, a quarter into the game Saturday night if there's any truth to the fact that they're trying to save Hurts a year of eligibility. Because if they are, I don't think they'll play him in this game.
Yeah.
I think if they play him at all, it'll be late in the year when they need him. I don't know how those family meetings have gone, and I'm sure they've had discussions, and I'm sure the family and the dad has made it clear as to what he wants for his son, and he does not want him to lose a year of eligibility.
I think they ought to keep him and use Hurts inside the 20, in the red zone. I think he would be a great red zone quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So I could see them using him like that. Mike, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I like him. Like I said, 45-20. I think it's a situation where Alabama's defense, they've got a lot of young guys in the secondary, and the kid, a quarterback, this past kid, I mean, Alabama recruited him out of Georgia. I mean, he's a pretty capable quarterback. Of course, he's replacing the legend and Lamar Jackson, the Heisman Trophy winner. And I think Louisville will score some points, and I think they'll hit a couple big throws in the air. But when it's all said and done, I like Alabama big.
Okay, Troy playing host to Boise State at the stadium, 5 o'clock kickoff this Saturday afternoon. Troy is a 10.5, 11-point underdog to Boise. I like Troy. I've said it the whole time. I think this Troy team is special. I really do. I think they're going to be able to score. I really believe that this offense is going to be very good with both quarterbacks. Barker, I think you're going to see some resemblance of Johnny Manziel in Barker, the Troy quarterback, and that's a pretty good compliment as far as the college quarterback goes. I've got Troy winning that football game 24-21. Troy to beat.
So tell me this: what does Vegas know right now that Troy? That I've never heard this even reported, but it says QB Caleb Barker probable. Is Barker injured?
I didn't know.
That's what they're saying in Vegas on Scores and Odds right now. It just says probable Caleb Barker. Is there some unknown injury that somebody in Vegas knows?
I hope not, but it could be. I hear them practicing every day, but I don't go over there. But they've had closed practices all week inside the stadium.
That's really strange. That's on the line on scoresandod.com right now. If anybody wants to read that, you can. But
what they say, probable? Is that what they say?
Probable, yeah. But I mean, where did this injury come from? I hadn't heard anything about it.
I haven't either, and I'm looking at a Troy paper. I mean, a Dothan paper right now. Jim, what do you think?
I like Troy. I think Troy's going to have a really good football team this year. I think if they can get by this game, they got a chance to win them all.
Yeah.
I think this will be a tougher
game
that
way too, Jim.
than the Nebraska game. I really do. But going into this game against a good Boise team that a lot of people are picking as the non-Power 5 New Year's Day team with a first-year starting quarterback, I just think it's an uphill climb. I like Boise 27-24.
I'll tell you something about Boise that scares me is their defense. I mean, they really get after you on defense, and and of course everybody.
They got 10 starters returning on defense.
And everybody said last year that Silvers had his worst game, but I think what happened was he went up against the best defense he'd probably ever been up against with that Boise defense. They really play good defense.
It tends to.
Coach Brown said they only broke one tackle the whole game. That's phenomenal.
I know, that is.
It's funny how quarterbacks seem to struggle against the best team.
They had 15 interceptions. They had 38 sacks last year as a team. That's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
38 sacks. So they're really a good football team. There's no question. And,
I mentioned earlier in the week, I mean, I've already said what I felt like. I mean, I think Troy's going to have a really good season. I feel like, of course, Coach Brown, mentioned in the press conference, he wants to get to Boise's level, and he's gotten pretty close. He was 10-3, and he was 11-2, and they beat LSU last year. But I think Boise, is going to come in, and Hartson, played Troy when he was at Arkansas State as the head coach, and he, of course, beat him last year at Boise. I think it's going to be an extremely close game. I think the crowd's going to be tremendous. I think we're going to have the biggest crowd in Troy history, and I'm going to be there with my family, and I can't wait for it. But I see Troy barely losing this game late, 20-17 is the score I predict. I think it's going to be a defensive struggle, and I think, Troy's going to have a great season, but I can't pick them to beat Boise.
What's your score?
2017.
2017.
All right, everybody looks at it.
Everybody got it like a 3-point game, so
it's going to be a good one. Of course, you folks from Boise that are already here, welcome to Troy, Alabama. Of course, you're watching.
Tell them to go to Sisters today, and they'll get to have a
boy.
Pretty good...
I tell you, I was at Sisters yesterday. Jim's a big Sisters guy.
We go every Monday.
On Monday, they got a buffet every day now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? They don't have on like Monday and Tuesday where you can just order off the menu?
And Mike, I had Jim. You might have had some too. Their steak fingers are the best I have ever eaten, Mike. They're really, really good.
I've got to come down there for those.
They're really, really. Don't you say? Wouldn't you say that?
Yes.
They are really, really good, and they have them. I know about 3 days a week. And, of course, one of the great places to eat in America, Sisters Restaurant.
So Jim, are you really not going to the game, or are you going to go to the beach?
Neither. I think I'm going to stay here, Michael.
Wow, man, that's got to be tough for you not to be going to the game the first weekend.
Well, that was actually, I didn't really want to.
You never go to the Troy game?
I may come to the Troy game for a while. I've got to leave next week. Got 3 days of meetings up in Tennessee. So I've got to drive up there on Tuesday, and I just didn't really care about driving to Orlando, going to the game, then driving back, and then hitting the road again.
Where is ESPN News? How can we pick up ESPN News on our cable?
Internet.
I've got it up here on mine.
I know it, but I'm afraid people in Troy are not going to be able to see it on television.
Yeah, ESPN News and ESPN3, you'll have to pick up on the computer and then broadcast it to your TV if you got Wi-Fi.
I hate that.
A lot of people talk about Alabama's coaching staff, all these new assistants and new hires, and
they've been talking about that for 10 years.
Yeah, I know. That's what I tell them. They still got the main man there.
Same philosophies, same people.
I was looking at that
come up in that system.
Yeah, of course you got the same media guide I got. I got a media guide the other day. And I was looking at the coaches, and I said, which one of these has got to be a recruiting guru? Who is it?
All of them.
All of them are.
Every one of them.
All of them are that good.
All 6 of the new guys.
You don't want them unless they can recruit.
That's exactly right. That's 90% of it.
I heard that same thing, before.
Have y'all watched any of the SEC? Around the SEC
I watched
or whatever
it,
the show's
I watched
called.
it until I fell asleep last night. It was really good.
If you watch that show and you go around this conference and you look at Georgia's practices, and you look at South Carolina's practices, and you look at Tennessee's practices, and you look at Texas A&M's practices, they're all saying the same thing: toughness, discipline, pride. Once you can overcome the mental roadblock, once you can fight through the indecision and the toughness, but they're all Saban disciples, and they're all trying to get to the same place.
It's all about up front too.
Yep.
They were
Deal with the adversity.
They were bragging about Kentucky. It finally looks like an SEC team.
Mm-hmm.
With the big, strong guys up front.
Looks like channel 130. We have ESPN News.
130. Channel 130.
Okay.
Steve, thank you so much.
That's correct. I remember living in Troy.
130.
130 was ESPN News.
But now, some people, I've got full service. That's on a full service.
Like a second tier or something like that.
Second tier.
It won't be on HD, I don't think.
All right. Now, if somebody wanted to switch over and get that additional coverage, can they call Troy Cable?
Yeah.
That's
They
what
probably
just
need a
130.
box or something to get to 130.
Exactly, and I tell you what, it'd be worth doing anyway because there's a lot of good programming there, and of course that game will be live from Veterans Stadium in Troy. Have you been in the new?
I have not. I've ridden by it, looked at it, but I haven't been in it yet.
It is really
super
something
nice.
to see. I'll tell you this: that each locker, there's 125 lockers, have a switch you can turn on, and it's got a fan that blows throughout the
recirculates the air.
Yeah, you don't smell it's not a smelly.
Don't smell like a locker room.
That's right. And of course, it's a new thing, and but all 25 lockers have a switch. They just switch it on and it just blows everything out.
And the money people are spending on
they've got a
stadiums,
huge pool
mind.
now from it here. Yes.
ESPNU is 135.
All right, but it's not carrying it though, is it?
No, it's not.
No, it's ESPN.
Yeah, ESPNU don't have the Troy game though.
Yeah, it's ESPN News.
Right.
1:30. Thank you.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Well, we appreciate it very much. I hope, ladies and gentlemen, and all of you enjoyed our show today, and thank you so much.
Football
Jim.
season's finally
Yes,
here.
man, it's a lot of fun.
Time to get started.
And hopefully next week, John will be with us, and I'll get.
And I'll have a fill-in. I'll have somebody here for me because I'll be out of town.
I'll give this information to him and let him go ahead and fill it out, or whoever he picks. But of course, we appreciate Bill Jackson Chevrolet, Cadillac, GMC, and Buick. And that Buick looks good. Boy, it's a good-looking car. Right here from General Motors. And, of course, you got a great selection to choose from.
Oh, yeah.
At Bill Jackson Chevrolet on the bypass. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.